Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, make your own decisions. All right, guys, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to be elaborating on different things that have been happening on Twitter here recently. If you have not seen any of these things, a lot of this probably isn't going to make sense. I'll try to fill in the gaps the best I can. I'm not going to show like screenshots and everything from Twitter. But I think a lot of y'all saw the back and forth that was happening on Twitter. And so I just want to elaborate a little bit. And because, okay, so I really want to stress this point. I've shared, and this is actually, it's not even this much, but I've shared maybe 10% of what I had planned on sharing. And it really hasn't even gotten to the more what I would call concerning issues yet. Now, out of respect for everybody else, I'm probably going to pause here, but I do just want to stress that I've just covered maybe, I mean, it's probably not even 10%. I've been on Twitter really this whole time over the last year and a half, just been on read only, right? Like I couldn't actually respond to anything. But I mean, I've checked ICP Twitter most days in the last year and a half. Because the thing is that things that are said, concerns that are raised, different types of FUD, whatever it is, news, it doesn't matter. It ends up in my comment section on YouTube. And so at some point, I started paying closer attention because more and more and more things started ending up in my comment section from more and more and more people dating back probably 8 or 9 months ago. And so I started paying closer attention to a lot of different things that were being said. And I also do just want to pause really quick. So, intention is not an easy thing to read. All right. And I'm just going to say that I think the division here is that there's a group of people, which I'm a part of to whatever degree, who do not believe that the intentions were genuine and honest. Now, if you do believe, which is a judgment call, right? None of us can read minds. Um, but I will say that this is not about one or two tweets. All right. Um, yeah, this is not about one or two tweets. But as it relates to every person's assessment on this, people will come to different conclusions. That's perfectly normal. And I know that there are people that watch the channel that are not particularly thrilled with what I did, and I understand why. But what I would say in response is if you were in my shoes, okay, and if throughout some of the general time periods where fear was about as high as it's been in the ICP space, if you were feeling the need to do video after video after video and almost exclusively just start covering, because for those of y'all who have been around, you know that there was a pivot at some point months ago in my channel where I pretty much just exclusively started covering ICP. And there's a reason for that, is because I could see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I could also see tons of people in the ICP space kind of on their last leg and becoming very concerned and at risk of leaving the ICP space, right? And people did. That's a real thing that happened. Did I see them hit sell? No. But I mean, it's like we have to be honest with ourselves here. Do you really believe? And for the people who disagree and have issues with what I'm doing, honestly ask yourself this question. Do you honestly believe that no new people in the ICP space got fudded out over that 6 month period where it was almost nothing but FUD every single day? you honestly believe that no new people in the ICP space got shaken out? Now, out of respect for like some of my subscribers who have individually told me exactly what was going on with them at this general time period, I'm not going to share that information. But if you think that some of the more prominent, knowledgeable people collectively, if you think all of them pushing tons of FUD at times where we were bottoming, so you add that on top of it with the market being down and hitting new lows, and you add on top of that people from within the ICP space who are knowledgeable and they're not stupid people, right? If I thought they were stupid people, I wouldn't be doing this video. So when people like that, because a lot of people that come into the ICP space, it's like they're 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 trying to understand a foreign language when they first start looking into this. And so you have a group of people who's very knowledgeable, who has been in the ICP space for a while, pushing tons of FUD. And yet, do you not believe that that pushed people out of the ICP space? And so, but yet, many people would take issue with me. The people that would take issue with me saying something are the same people that had no issues with ICP, people who have been in the ICP space and who are knowledgeable and who are intelligent people, fudding new people out of the ICP space, right? But it's an issue if I address that as someone who was responding to all of the FUD the entire time. I wasn't responding to FUD from outside the ICP ecosystem. This is all responding to FUD within the ICP ecosystem. So some people, some of y'all, you weren't affected by the FUD. I think you just kind of looked at it as bear market shitposting. And you have a good understanding of what ICP is. Nothing that I say or anybody else that is going to say is going to change your mind. And the FUD didn't really affect you. That's fine. I understand that. I really do. But it did affect a number of other people. And to just assume that it didn't, well, I don't know what the assumption would be. But as somebody who's been front and center, and you can go look at any single video I've ever done. I'm probably about as active in my comment section with subscribers as anybody. It's another reason why I want to keep the channel smaller. I don't like getting to the point to where I wouldn't have time to reply to comments. I think that will work itself out over time, though, as this all plays out and as I transition out of corporate America at some point. Anyways, but I talk to new people in the ICP space all the time. And if you were in my shoes, and if you were having to do long form videos to be a voice of reason and to talk people off of a ledge, pause really quick, not giving financial advice, right? Do make your own decisions. And I always said, and I said back here, if ICP is not where you have a high degree of conviction, if you don't have your own investment thesis and your own plan with this, then you should look at places where you have more confidence. I wasn't sitting here telling people that, guys, yeah, I mean, if you're really concerned, just panic sell and jump into something else or whatever it may be, or you should just keep buying regardless of your concerns. And that was never what I was the point that I was trying to get across. I was just trying to provide an alternative point of view than what a lot of things were being said in other circles, right? But I I had subscribers um, who had been subscribed to this channel for months and months. I had gone back and forth. I mean, this is multiple different subscribers. And during this time, obviously, I can't see them press sell on their phone, but I'm almost confident just based on what they were saying, they got flooded out. And I would imagine, and that's just the people that I know about. Okay. And on top of that, I have people messaging me, literally just telling me, dude, thanks so much for, thanks so much for just being around. Like, honestly, I wasn't really sure myself just a short time ago. And so I really appreciate you just sticking to your conviction and being around in the hard times. Can't tell you how many messages I've got like that. Just because it didn't affect you does not mean it did not affect many other new people. Okay. And I've not made a dime since I've been on here, guys. Um, and I have no issues with people monetizing their channel. All right. I have no issues with people monetizing their channel. A lot of people do this as a job. That's perfectly fine. Right. I have issues with, people having financial incentives behind the scene that they're not letting their viewers know. And then they're getting on and saying things um, with hidden motives and hidden intentions. Like that's what I have issues with. That doesn't necessarily relate to what I'm talking about here. I just, in a general sense, I don't have any issues just on face value, people monetizing their channel. I just want to make the point I haven't made a dime on here. And I showed all my buy orders and I never changed my position. If you go back and you watch the bull case for ICP in late 2021, I'm saying much of the same shit that I'm saying right now. I just have a better understanding of how a lot of different things with the tech works. But for the most part, guys, I've never changed my position in the entire time I've been on here. I'm not saying something one month and then saying something completely different the next month and then this and that and the third, right? But I do just want to say one more time that I really hadn't even gotten started. And let's just really talk about what I did. What did I do? I just shared screenshots of things that they said, right? So that's all I did. And those weren't even the worst ones. And I was blocked by both accounts, by Crypto is Good and Nihilor, or however you pronounce that. I was blocked by both accounts. And all I really did was share their posts. I didn't even really elaborate any on my end. And what I'm about to say is very important for anybody who's interested in being a content creator, crypto influencer, or anything. I would read the room here. Yeah, I would read the room here. Okay. Because I haven't been on Twitter in 18 months and I only have like 500 subscribers or followers or whatever the hell you call them on there. So I would read the room. I get criticized almost every day, guys. I posted buy orders in my community tab for ICP like every other day, every third day for 2 years. I've heard I've heard nothing but criticism actually for the better part of my channel. Really, until ICP popped up. I've heard nothing but criticism. And for those of y'all who have been around for a while, I police my own comments. Like if you're going to come in my comment section running your mouth, all right, that's fine. I mean, I've invited more people on this channel than I can even count. And I get things wrong. There's new, I could create a list of all the things that I got wrong. I would say the big things, big picture, I think this channel is going to age better than 99% of crypto content or crypto channels. But I get things wrong. I've got numerous things wrong on here. I can't see the future. So it's like I'm going to get things wrong. Everybody's going to get things wrong. But this is about a sustained pattern over a period of time, about 6+ months, with numerous different people. And if you honestly ask yourself this question, like, do you believe that push new people out? If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. And again, I'm a big proponent of personal responsibility. The people who did get pushed out, they're adults, they can make their own decisions. But the fact that there were people within the ICP space that were contributing to a lot of the panic and concern. There are people right now, and this is what blows my mind. This is the thing that I can't understand. And this is why I think it probably just boils back down to, certain people might have a personality issue with me, but there are people who watched people from within the ICP space push tons of FUD for 6 months, and they said nothing. They watched new people come into the ICP space, and people who have been in the ICP space push tons of FUD every day almost. And those people said nothing. But the second that I bring it up, they have an issue with it. Interesting, you know? Um, Again, most of the FUD that I was responding to was FUD from within the ICP space. Like, really think about that. Um, and another important thing here, I'm overwhelmingly positive about most people in the ICP space. I mean, I could create a list of all the, I mean, of all the positive things I've said about different people within the ICP space. Overwhelmingly more positive than negative. Even for people, like, I know that there's going to be people who don't like what I did and what I'm saying, that I still value their opinion and I still like them as a person. I mean, it's not, if you have a group of people, there's going to be people who don't agree. There's going to be people who don't like each other. And there's going to be, yeah, that's a normal thing. And the fact that it would even be like all I did was show their posts. That's it. I will probably have a little bit more to say in the future, but I did just want to provide an update. I didn't want to have like radio silence. But I'm going to pause here for the time being. Um, but I, I hadn't even gotten started. And, people can come after me all they want to. That's perfectly fine. Again, that's the thing. I will openly admit to all the things I got wrong. And at the end of the day, I got ICP probably as right as somebody could get ICP. So it's like, if you want to go like criticize me for getting other things wrong, that's perfectly fine. I don't really care. ICP was my big bet. That was the thing that, like, in regards to putting your money where your mouth is, like, that was my big bet. But I get plenty of things wrong. This is not about like one or two tweets. This is not about bear posting at the bottom. Um, it's about much more than that. There are many people that do not believe the intention was good and genuine. And so I do think it is worth reading the room here, because I didn't know. Also, very important point coming. I had no idea what this response would be. None. So many of y'all I've never actually like connected with because I've been banned on Twitter. But the amount of things in my DMs is crazy. And these are from people who I know have been around the ICP space. Because in reality, I was really following tons of y'all for like a year and a half. And not just officially because I couldn't follow because my account was banned. But it's like that was my whole feed for a year and a half, was nothing but ICP folks. Um, I had no idea what the response was going to be, and I didn't really care. And I still don't care. But it is interesting to see what the response is, considering I have a much, much, much smaller channel on Twitter, considering I haven't been on Twitter in 18 plus months. So, worth reading the room, in my opinion. I will elaborate on this more. I just wanted to get this out. This is just my genuine, what's on my mind. Okay. Um, but if you really think that new people in the ICP space didn't get fudded out, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. And if you were in my shoes, and if you were the one that was responding to all of this, and if you genuinely believed that the intentions were not good and genuine, which I can't prove that. I can't read people's minds. All right. It's a judgment call. But there's many other people who came to the same conclusion. If you came to a different conclusion, that's perfectly fine. You're your own person. Everybody is their own person. Nobody needs to have to like choose sides or anything. People disagree. People don't like each other. It's not like it's a relatively normal thing. All right. Um, but yeah, everybody's their own person. Come to your own conclusions. I don't care if people watch or don't watch or like or don't like. It doesn't matter to me at all. Um, yeah. So, I mean, I'm just going to get on here and cover this all to the best of my ability and just try to be as honest as I possibly can be. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah. Guys, that's all I got for this video. This is not financial advice. I will elaborate more probably over the weekend just to wrap this up for the time being. But that's all I have for right now. Okay. I just wanted to get something out there just to clarify a few things. That's it. Take care. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next video.